All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, once again, thank you to each and every one of you around the world that are joining us this Monday evening, Monday afternoon, or Monday morning from wherever you're calling in from around the four corners of the earth. My name is Max Garza III. I'm calling in out of North America. Today, you're going to get the Power On Express company overview, guys. We call it Business 1.0, the presentation. Basically, ladies and gentlemen, we're trying to deliver smarter energy to the masses, right? So let's get this party started. Our vision is to create a better, cleaner, and cheaper way to provide energy around the world. So now, we have a simple question for everyone around the world, and you should be asking people this, right? Just to get the conversation started. Are you plugged in? And I know that sounds like a very simple question, guys, but of course you are. We all are. From our cell phones to our cars, homes, our schools, and even our sources of food. Without energy, we are powerless, literally. Our whole existence depends on production, distribution, and consumption of energy. One tradable commodity none of us can live without. So we're talking about three disruptive industries, guys. And the one thing you have to remember is it is very powerful when you talk about combining network marketing, blockchain technology, and energy storage. Why? Because at the end of the day, guys, network marketing around the world, every single year, you're talking about anywhere from 183 billion to $200 billion in products and services are exchanged around the world through a network marketing distribution channel. Remember, guys, it's relationship marketing. When two people can sit across from a table or call each other, and because they have a rapport already, they're willing to listen to the other person's story, that's powerful, guys. That's what a lot of companies, whether they're big corporate companies or small mom and pops, are starting to figure out. That distribution channel allows you to have maximum success around the world. When we talk about blockchain technology, ladies and gentlemen, you're talking about something that's going to change, a technology that's going to change human culture forever. And the reason being is we hope that this conversation stays with you the same way in 1992 and 1993 when many of us were, growing up, how when we heard about the internet for the first time, right, how people demystified that conversation for us. Remember, guys, we didn't understand hypertext transfer protocol when it came to the internet and email, right? But we used it on a daily basis. So I tell people, blockchain technology is phenomenal because the first internet we learned about was the internet of information. The second internet, when we talk about blockchain technology and the energy revolution, we call that the internet of money. So you're able to put yourself in front of a trend that's trillions upon trillions of dollars here in 2017 and beyond. And because you're hearing the story first, you have every right to go out and hit a financial grand slam. So now let's talk about energy storage. Guys, around the world, every single government is trying to figure out better, cleaner ways of renewable energy because their local utilities are so old. We're talking about infrastructure around the world, guys, with these utility poles and wires. They still have technology from the 40s, 50s, and 60s. Literally, this is why you see so many inefficiencies and so many rolling blackouts all around different countries when it comes to electricity. But when we talk about energy storage, guys, you got to remember, right now in certain countries, and I'll just use the United States as an example, Canada, Australia, many of these countries that are pushing big initiatives for renewable energy, they've doubled their solar PV installations for residential homes, businesses, industrial complexes. I mean, literally, guys, there's so many pilot programs going on right now in Australia and New Zealand alone because people are trying to become grid independent. They're trying to become their own micro-utilities. So energy storage has a big say in the renewable energy conversation for years to come, for decades to come. And guess what? We're working with a pioneer in this industry. Exergonics literally is a pioneer. And to say that, that's saying it lightly, guys, because Don Nasanka, his vision for what we're going to be able to do for people around the world is phenomenal. There are no territorial restrictions when it comes to blockchain technology and energy storage solutions, guys. So just remember, you have the ability to impact lives around the world. So now let's talk about phase one. We call this the digitization of energy. Energy plus blockchain equals the future. And guys, when we talk about energy, remember, we're talking about a $7 trillion a year industry. We're not getting any less connected anytime soon. We have 7.5 billion humans on planet Earth and 6 billion mobile connected devices. So our appetite for energy is voracious, but it's not going to go anywhere anytime soon. And when we talk about blockchain technology, what you got to remember is, as an example, if we took the Ethereum blockchain, just as an example, right now everybody is trying to figure out how to use their smart contract technology, guys. So if you think about what we will be doing in the future with solar power purchase agreements, with energy storage solution contractual agreements, it just seems a perfect match in heaven to be able to use not just the XE coin and the Ethereum blockchain. When you combine those two things, guys, remember, this smart contract technology that's within the Ethereum blockchain, you're going to be able to do everything from land deeds, driver registrations, voting records, medical records, contractual agreements for solar PPAs, power purchase agreements, energy storage solution contractual agreements. Guys, the future is here. The gold rush, we call it the second gold rush, right? It's occurring right underneath your noses, but at the end of the day, whether this is the first time you're hearing it or the fifth time you're hearing it, guys, timing is very valuable. But timing is only valuable if you take action. If you don't take action, then you'll just see the rest of the people that are taking action make the money. So let's talk a little more about cryptocurrency. In just 8 years, Bitcoin has dominated the market with a cap of $15 billion and growing, guys. Bitcoin is disrupting the concept of money and has opened the door for other digital currencies. Remember, guys, Bitcoin, the reason why people love Bitcoin is it's decentralized. No bank owns it. No government controls it. No one person can mess with it. So at the end of the day, you're talking about a system that's on a peer-to-peer network. It's basically a public ledger, a digital public ledger, right, guys? And it's more efficient. It's more secure. Literally, if people wanted to hack the Bitcoin blockchain, guys, because of the strength and momentum that it's gaining around the world, it would cost people like $500 billion every 10 minutes to just try and hack the blockchain right now, and growing, right? Because as more and more people adopt Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies around the world, the bigger these blockchains are getting. So what does that mean for us? Well, many of us have been victims of identity theft, right? Banks get hacked, governments get hacked. We've heard of the big hack with Home Depot, because when you have a centralized modality where everything's on a central server, of course they're going to get hacked. But the reason why people love cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology is because, again, it's decentralized, peer-to-peer, and if they're going to hack the system, they got to hack every single computer, or as many of you know them, nodes on the network. So that's what's phenomenal. Now let's talk about why many of us are on this webinar this evening, guys. The XE coin, we call it the XEC. Just like Bitcoin, XE coin's value is based upon supply and demand. However, XE coin is 100% underwritten by stored energy generated from current and future assets and revenues of Exergonics, creating a currency with a true intrinsic value. Now remember, ladies and gentlemen, Bitcoin's story is well known, right? And if you don't know, just Google Bitcoin and do a little bit of research. It came on the scene in 2009 at the end of the Lehman Brothers big debacle. They went bankrupt. The housing crisis, the banking crisis, things had to change, right? But in 2009, when people first were seeing Bitcoin, you're talking about it was valued at less than a penny, then 10 cents, right? And we talk about 2010. Imagine all those people that were not just visionaries but took action back then with Bitcoin. Well, guess what? History has a tendency to repeat itself. Now, Bitcoin is a fiat currency just like the United States dollar. It's not backed by gold. It's not backed by silver. It's not backed by notes. It's backed by trust, right? If you gave me $1 today, I trust you, you trust me, we trust the government, boom. The dollar's got some kind of value, right? And Bitcoin is a lot, pretty much the same way, except that they've got a lot more supply and demand in open markets from around the world. Now, XE coin is an exciting concept. It's a very explosive concept because at the end of the day, it's the very first cryptocurrency that's backed by clean, green, renewable energy, also physical products and services from our parent company, Exergonics, and carbon credits, guys. You're talking about massive industries, and they're all underwriting the value of our XE coin on a global public exchange. What does that mean? At the very end of the day, it means that our coin is going to be very stable, right? It's not going to have these price bubbles like Bitcoin does, but also it's going to give it valuation for decades and decades and decades to come. So again, ladies and gentlemen, this is why we tell people, this is why we are so excited that sometimes we can't sleep at night, because we're able to see this at its very genesis, right? And no matter what's going on in the market, our CEO from our parent company, Don Nasenka, has given every XE coin in the market, no matter what's going on in a public exchange, They're valued at 10 cents. He's backing it with 10 cents of clean, green, renewable energy per coin. So guys, remember, stability plus valuation means you win big time. So now let's talk a little more about energy storage. In 2017, we expect the global market to grow 47% from the already record-breaking year in 2016 in terms of new storage capacity deployed. Now remember, ladies and gentlemen, many companies, many countries also around the world are pushing towards more renewable sources of energy, right? Everything from solar to biomass to hydro, you name it, right? But what you've got to remember, guys, is many of these people that are adopting, as an example, solar PV systems for their residential homes, for their businesses and industrial complexes, are looking for energy storage solutions so that they don't have to draw power from their local utility, basically becoming their own micro-utility. So imagine in the future, you're able to offer these products to people that want to become their own micro-utilities or do not have that infrastructure. As an example, if you have family or friends in Asia, Africa, Central America, many of those citizens don't have access to local utilities. So with our products and services in the future, we can set all these people up to become their own micro-utilities, and all because you're helping people understand the massive value that we have as far as products and services from our parent company, Xergonics. Now, through 2020, Navigant forecasts over 29.4 gigawatts of new storage capacity to be deployed worldwide across all sectors and a compound annual growth rate of 60%. Not bad, guys, considering that you're in front of this trend already. Let's talk a little more about network marketing for those of you that are hearing that word for the very, very first time. Now, global retail sales reached $183 billion in 2015, an increase of 7.7% since 2014. In 2015, 103 million people were involved in network marketing globally, up 4.4% from 2014. Remember, guys, to be able to start your own business at a minimal cost and be able to, have the capacity to hit a financial grand slam, this is why many people look at the network marketing industry as a place where they can really win. You don't have a lot of the upfront costs that owning a typical brick and mortar business has, but at the end of the day, because you can reach out to so many people around the world, it gives you the ability to build marketing teams, pretty much without territorial restrictions. Other than that, guys, many of you that are hearing this for the very first time, remember, it doesn't matter what's happened in the past. It doesn't matter, whatever failures you've had in the past, whether it's through traditional business methods or online business methods. Here with the Power On Express, you will get full support, full training, and we'll make sure that you get motivated enough to understand that you can win big this time around. So now let's talk about global retail sales. Guys, if you look at up here where it says 19%, global retail sales come from Europe as far as 19%. 34% come from America. And then obviously you have Asia and the middle, or Africa and the Middle East. And then look at 46% is coming from Asia Pacific. Now remember, ladies and gentlemen, cryptocurrency is a very mature topic in Asia. So if you have friends that live in any of these Asian markets or family members, get the information in front of them. Many of them have already adopted Bitcoin, Ethereum coins, which are called Ether, Monero, Dash, Ripple, you name it. We're talking about these people are making money on a daily basis, and that's because they're working with coins that are not even backed by anything. Imagine when you start the conversation with those family members, business associates, or friends in all these markets, and they understand that they have the ability to see these coins at a low valuation, right? And then obviously in the future, be able to make passive income from selling them on the open global public exchange. Pretty valuable. So now this stunningly good-looking gentleman, his name is Don Nasenka. He's the chairman, president, and CEO of Xergonics, guys. He's also the founder of Kokum America and Dow Kokum, which is the first lithium polymer plant in the U.S. He's been honored by the Lumina Foundation, which is the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, for his contribution to education and the idea of the Innovation Campus. Also, guys, you got to remember one thing. This gentleman has not only been honored by Bill and Melinda Gates, he's also been honored by former President Barack Obama. So he's got a story that pretty much you could write into a movie. But what you got to remember, guys, is a little story about Dow Kokum. Back when Lotus was trying to begin their project with their first electric vehicle, Dow Crocom, Don's company, their batteries were in that first electric Lotus vehicle, which a few years later, Tesla came in and purchased that technology. So again, everybody knows the name Tesla, right? Because obviously they have an amazing marketing team, an amazing brand. But literally everybody's going to know more about Exergonics and Don Nasanka's story because, again, guys, he's got a lot of credibility. He's an amazing entrepreneur. He's a philanthropist. I mean, he cares about people around the world, guys. You got to remember one thing. That story right there, literally, it is already written in stone. And what he's going to accomplish in the future is going to be based upon finding the right talent around the world to help us, which we hope that many of you on this webinar tonight can do that with us as a team. So now let's talk a little more about Exergonics energy storage. Now, Exergonics is one of the leading producers of distributed energy storage system technology and a pioneer in this industry today. Combining advanced nanotechnology with proven power management enables Exergonics to provide efficient energy storage systems that are portable, modular, and can easily be tied to existing infrastructure. Storing energy is now easier and in your hands, ladies and gentlemen. So on your screen right now, guys, we have what's called an ESS tower design. When we were in Anaheim, California a few weeks back, guys, we got to see all these physical products. We got to hold these vertigo dock blades. But if you look at this ESS tower, this tower can basically power a restaurant, a warehouse, a hotel. Guys, you're talking about a battery management system at the top, security software in the middle, thermal management so it doesn't overheat down here, stackable battery stages at the top, and also advanced batteries. Literally, guys, I keep telling people, the amount of businesses, the amount of industrial complexes that are going to benefit from Exergonics' energy storage devices is I can't even put on a number on paper right now, because there's so many companies right now that are being overcharged, not just on their electricity bills, but the demand portion of their electricity bills. So it's not just the energy charge, but also the demand charge. And being able to have these energy storage solutions in place will save them hundreds, if not thousands, if not hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars a year, guys, because some of these industrial complexes go through a lot of power. Now, on the far hand right, what you're looking at is called a vertigo blade. So this vertigo blade goes in this vertigo dock. Guys, every one of these blades is about it's 1 kW of energy, 1,000 watts. So imagine, these vertigo docks in the future, you can attach them to your vehicle. Every vehicle that was produced past the year 2008, it's got a 6-pin in the back, as you can tell in this picture. So basically, you would dock this vertigo dock back to your vehicle. Now, as you're driving, ladies and gentlemen, your car produces energy, your alternator, your battery, your brakes, your exhaust. Imagine if you know a bunch of people that drive for Uber, a bunch of people that drive for Lyft, right? And as they're driving around and they're recharging these batteries, they basically can sell it back to the grid like an actual currency, right? But imagine, let's say that you go home after driving around for 30 minutes, an hour, and let's say you pull one of these blades out and you want to recharge your iPhone, your Android phone, your iPad, your Android tablet. What about if you have a solar PV system attached to your house and you want to attach some of these blades to your solar PV system? The average home, ladies and gentlemen, uses about 1,500 to 3,500 kilowatt hours per month. So imagine having 10 of these blades fully charged. Depending on your energy consumption at your flat or your house or your apartment, guys, you basically would have power for at least a month, if not 2. That's what makes this exciting, ladies and gentlemen, is the fact that we know everybody is moving towards a more cleaner, greener form of renewable energy in some way or another, but we're getting way ahead of that trend so that we can take advantage of that financially. So now on your screen, ladies and gentlemen, this is an article from the McKinsey Group. It's called The New Economics of Energy Storage. Energy storage can make money right now. Finding the opportunities requires digging into real-world data. Basically, they're talking about energy storage as a favorite technology of the future for good reasons. Obviously, we've given you examples of how businesses and industrial complexes will use energy storage to lower their demand function on their electricity bills. But guys, you got to remember, if you live in an area where there's a lot of natural disasters, energy storage is going to be big. Because if, let's say, you do have a renewable energy system on your house or your business, and a natural disaster comes in, Well, guess what? You don't have to worry about the local utility, fixing the poles and wires, because you basically are your own micro utility, right? You basically will have your renewable energy system in place at your home or your business, and your energy storage will allow you to store all the excess power and not have to worry about drawing power from the local utility. Pretty powerful. So now let's talk about the business structure, because a lot of you people have been asking that, hey, this is exciting, but how does it all work? So on your screen, ladies and gentlemen, this is a slide, and you can always download this PowerPoint in your back office, guys, for many of you that have secured a position with the Power on Xpress. You have compliance, legal, audit, and accounting. On your left-hand side, guys, we're talking about the Xergonics Management, our parent company, right? So Xergonics Investment Ltd. Manages Xergonics Incorporated. And then obviously, remember, Xergonics acquired Coda Energy, Vertigo, and then also they have a partnership with Neighborhood Power. Now also, Xergonics Investments Ltd. Help to manage Bioactus. And then on the right-hand side, so you can see how our parent company works with us, we're talking about the Xergonics Investment Partners. So basically the Xergonics Investment Trust, which manages the Global Power PTE. Obviously that's the Power on Xpress guys, if we go down here, right? They also help manage the Xergonics Holding Incorporated, which is basically our XE coin. So pretty powerful, ladies and gentlemen, because again, to have the kind of pioneering technology that Xergonics has, and to combine it with the power of the marketing arm of Power on Xpress, you're talking about being able to have products every single quarter that people around the world will benefit from, guys. And so just like Don Nasanka said, hey, at the end of the day, I understand the power in the distribution channel, which is direct sales, affiliate marketing, network marketing, whatever name you want to give it, guys. At the end of the day, it's powerful, and it allows you to win massively. So how we make it all work, ladies and gentlemen. On your screen, you're seeing a 40-foot shipping container that basically is a modular energy storage solution. Guys, these 40-foot shipping containers, if you put two of them back to back, they could power 800 residential homes. They produce between 1 megawatt to 4 megawatts of power per hour. That's powerful, guys. Again, remember, anybody that knows people that live in areas that have a lot of natural disasters, these modular energy storage solutions would be perfect, right? Again, the reason why is you can connect these to conventional energy plants. Hydro, solar, wind. Remember, guys, at the end of the day, we're trying to capture 67% of all wasted energy so that we can provide our customers with cheaper, cleaner, better energy. And all of this, how we make this all work, guys, don't forget that all of this is going to back up to underwrite our XE coin, given its stability in the marketplace and valuation for decades to come. So now on your screen, you're seeing the investment trust, guys. When we talk about the Power on Xpress and Xergonics, you're talking about Vertigo, Albadora, and Coda Energy. And remember, we're underwriting what? Our XE coin in global public exchanges. Now let's talk a little more about products. So the exchange energy units, the XEU, XE units are the product members get when they buy a power plan in the Power on Xpress, guys. Now an XEU is a proprietary unit of energy, initially 1 watt, which can be utilized within the Vertigo product range or sold on the XEU platform. Now, ladies and gentlemen, remember, the XEU usage, it can be traded amongst the members on the XEU platform. It can be redeposited into our loyalty program, and it can be converted to XE coin and transferred to your hot wallet like Bitcoin. But remember, also at the end of the day, we are a verifiable cryptocurrency because it can be traded on public exchanges in the future. Why is that important, ladies and gentlemen? Because at the end of the day, every cryptocurrency has to pass a few tests, right? When people approach me about cryptocurrencies, the very first question I ask them is, hey, what exchange can I see the buy and sell orders on, right? Because if it's not on a global public exchange, then it's not an actual cryptocurrency. It's an internalized token, right? And there are a lot of companies out there that they don't trade, they don't buy and sell their coins on any public exchanges, just an internal exchange. So those are actually not cryptocurrencies. Second question I ask is, hey, can I download a wallet to my PC, my Mac, or my Linux system, or even a mobile wallet, right? Because I want to have full control of my cryptocurrency. If a company gets mad at me and they freeze my account, then that's not an actual cryptocurrency, right? That's an internalized token again. So remember, ladies and gentlemen, always ask, hey, what global public exchange can I see the buy and sell orders, or where can I sell my cryptocurrency in the future? And number two, can I download my wallet to my PC, Mac, Linux, or mobile wallet, guys? Always ask those questions. This is why we are so excited about the Xe coin, because at the end of the day, we have a lot. I tell people this. We have the ability to not just help our families financially, guys, but hundreds of millions of families out there that on a daily basis are looking for a financial home run. So on your screen, guys, obviously when we talk about distributed energy storage systems, remember, ladies and gentlemen, we have the ability to not just have residential and commercial products, but we also have utility-grade products. We can basically create utilities around the world with our Xergonics products and services. So now let's talk about the soil healing system. On your screen, ladies and gentlemen, right now we're going to be talking about bioactives. Remember, this cools down the planet. The product is 100% organic. It's patented technology. But the thing that's going to excite everybody is that we have worldwide exclusivity. Now imagine, ladies and gentlemen, if you know people that like to grow their own organic fruits and vegetables, right? Imagine all those farmers that you know that obviously much of their land has been overfarmed and they're missing a lot of minerals and vitamins, right? So now with this bioactives, we're going to be able to help people around the world. It doesn't matter if they live in an area where the land is not fertile. It doesn't matter if they live in a desert. This product is a phenomenal product, and it's going to change the way people are able to grow and eat more organic foods in the future, guys. We're talking about a very, very powerful system, and you have worldwide exclusivity through the Power on Xpress. That's powerful. So now let's talk a little more about Vertigo. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about peak power demands for commercial businesses and industrial complexes. When we talk about energy storage, remember, you can drive around with your Vertigo dock, and as you drive around, you're recharging those Vertigo blades. Pull one out, recharge your iPhone, recharge your iPad, whatever you want to do. It's power at your hands. Obviously, when we talk about hydro, guys, imagine a lot of hydro plants produce a lot of power. When we put a Vertigo kiosk there, we'll be able to sell that power back to the kiosk. Now, obviously, when we talk about mobile and web apps, we'll be able to track many of the things that we're doing in the future so that we can buy and sell carbon credits on the open exchanges. When we talk about portable power, this is what's exciting, guys, because at the end of the day, what you're starting to see from a lot of companies, everything from Ford to GM to Tesla, is there's a lot more electric vehicles on the market right now, and it's not going to stop, guys. These companies are producing more and more electric vehicles. In fact, in the Netherlands, I believe that by 2025, they're banning petrol or gasoline vehicles, and they're going to go fully electric vehicles in that country, which is pretty phenomenal. Why? Because at the end of the day, we're going to be able to launch these Vertigo kiosks all around the world, and people will not only be able to recharge their vehicles, but they'll be able to buy and sell power back to the grid, just like currency. And again, we'll be able to track and measure and share all this information, guys, because as you know, we are a very digitally connected society. So the ability for many of you that have smartphones right now, and pretty much the majority of you have smartphones, will be able to track, measure, and share not just your profits, but also the message to people around the world. Let's talk about the Cube, ladies and gentlemen. It's the first ever tool for monetizing your own private carbon footprint, measuring inside your own apartment, house, or building. It's a unique tool that gives us the ability to create your own micro-measurement, decentralized and with the proof-of-art technology. For the first time, you see what's happening inside your area, and together in the Power on Xpress, this gives us the unique ability to apply for carbon credits as a group. These credits will again back up the coin's value, and again, exclusively for the Power on Xpress members. Guys, you got to remember, carbon credits, because of the Kyoto Act, is $1 trillion a year industry. You have large industrial companies that are buying and selling carbon credits on the open exchange. You have everything from a small mom and pop commercial business to a large industrial complex. This is something that's going to allow us to understand one thing. we have the only cryptocurrency coin on a global public exchange that is backed not just by carbon credits, but clean, green, renewable energy and physical products, guys. Again, the reason why I reiterate that is because if you do your research, you'll see that a lot of these other coins, they're here one day, gone tomorrow. But when you have a coin that's got this kind of stability and is being underwritten by mega giants in industry, when we're talking about carbon credits, renewable energy, and obviously our parent company's products, guys, we're talking about decades upon decades of success in the future. So now let's talk about phase 2. Phase 2 is very important, ladies and gentlemen, because we're excited about phase 1, where basically right now we're sharing the message with everybody, telling them, hey, lock arms with us, join this movement, and help others around the world. So the timeline is defined. We have a track record in the industry, a well thought out plan. In 2003, guys, Don and his companies were working with nanocell development and automotive powertrains. That's why I told you the story about Lotus and the electric vehicle. In 2008, he was working with defense aerospace applications. Literally, guys, a lot of Don's technology is used by the United States military in their attack subs, their infantry members. I mean, Don Asanka, like I told you guys, he's a pioneer and a visionary. 2010 brought about battery management systems. When we talk about 2012, we're talking about solar power purchase agreements, energy storage system development. 2014 brought about vehicle systems. And then obviously this past year, guys, in 2016, Exergonics acquired Coda Energy. That gives us the ability to have products rolling out every single quarter, guys, so that you can win financially. And then now when we talk about 2017, we're talking about the Vertigo launch. We're talking about Cube deployment. Imagine, ladies and gentlemen, being able to help people around the world with no territorial restrictions, right? 2019 will bring the home system and obviously the Vertigo kiosk. Guys, remember, around the world, more and more people are installing solar PV systems, right? They're installing hydro, wind, biomass, you name it. If you understand that all these renewable energy systems are doubling, guess what? If you understand that the home system is going to allow people to become their own microutilities, then you're way ahead of a lot of people. Because many of these people want to be able to store their excess power so that they do not have to worry about drawing power from the local utility. And when we talk about the Vertigo kiosk, guys, to be able to deploy these Vertigo kiosks globally and have people buy and sell the excess energy back to the grid like currency, that's very, very powerful. Now, 2020 will bring about power purchase agreements with other renewables. And remember, guys, the timeline for the future is defined, and we literally have amazing marketing partners around the world that are working very diligently right now to share the message. So let's get off to a fast start. It will never be easier than now because you have timing over hundreds of millions of people. On your screen, ladies and gentlemen, you see all our power plans, everything from the Power Plan 1 to the Power Plan 7. Now, guys, these are our digital currency packages. These are our XE units that are going to be awarded when somebody purchases a digital currency package. As an example, on the Power Plan 1, these prices are in euros. That's 199 euros. On our Power Plan 5, which many people kind of are looking more at the Power Plan 5 because they understand they have timing, right? The Power Plan 5 is 5,099 euro. And as an example, you get 50,000 XE units awarded in that package. When you look at PS and GS, that stands for personal sales and group sales. This package has 5,000 euros of group sales or personal sales. The binary cap, the weekly payout on this is 30,000 euros. And the binary percentage is 10 to 12%, depending on your personal sales volume, guys. So at the end of the day, what I tell people is this. Right now that you're seeing the coin valued at 10 cents, it's very, very lucrative for people to come in and purchase their digital currency packages. Why? Because as this coin gets bigger and bigger and bigger in the marketplace, the global exchanges, right? And as more products and services are bought and sold around the world, when we're talking about Exergonics products and services, guys, remember, this coin, as it gains value, you're going to start seeing less and less coins in these power plans. So let's say in 6 months or a year, instead of 50,000 XE units, this might be 30,000 XE units, right? Because the simple law of supply and demand is taken into effect. More demand in the marketplace, less supply, that's going to increase the price value. So I tell people this. If you were a visionary in 2010, right, and you bought Bitcoin at 10 cents, obviously it made sense back then to buy a package that had a fair amount of Bitcoins, right? Because knowing what you know about them, knowing what you know about Bitcoin, and just a few weeks ago, they're being sold at over $1,000 per Bitcoin. Again, guys, this is a fiat currency, right? Similar to the United States dollar, but yet people that bought it at 10 cents, obviously, if they sold it in today's market, they made a pretty good profit off that, right? Passive money. That's what's beautiful about our XE coin, guys, is that you can make a passive income off it because you buy it at a low valuation, and as it gains value, right, you're able to sell it on a global exchange, and whatever the margin is in between, that's your profit. Pretty powerful. Now, guys, remember, make sure you get back with the person that invited you to this webinar and ask more about our digital currency packages, because again, we want you to maximize the ability for you to make profits, passive profits in the future. So let's talk a little more about the loyalty award program. Basically, you can customize your own reward. Now, after 30 days, ladies and gentlemen, you may freely sell or trade 10% of your XEUs each month. Now, until August 2017, you will receive 1.5% extra XEUs every week on all locked XEUs, guys. And how the Power On program works, this is a pretty simple explanation. The Power On program, XEUs, weekly reward, 1.5%. Remember, guys, 90% of that is locked every single week. Or sorry, every single 30 days, you're able to unlock 10% of the coins. As an example, here, when you look at the top, you can use 500 XEUs per sale on the platform. You can re-enter the program unlimited, and you can also purchase physical products or services from our parent company, Exergonics, in the future. It's a pretty straightforward system. Now, on this slide, we're talking about the Power On program example. So, as an example, let's take a Power Plan 5 that has 50,000 XEUs. Now, the weekly reward, obviously, if we went 4 weeks, right, 750 XEUs, that's 1.5% for 4 weeks, right? Again, locked XEUs would be 45,000, and then the monthly unlocked XEUs, you would have 5,000 XEUs unlocked, and then you would have 4 times 750 XEUs as a loyalty reward. Remember, every week, 1.5%. Now, ladies and gentlemen, 500 XEUs per transaction on the platform. You can re-enter the program unlimited. You can purchase products. Guys, at the end of the day, I tell people this. They're your coins. You can do whatever you want with them. My advice would be is to hold on to them until they gain a valuation that you're comfortable with, and then make your passive profits from it, right? So now let's talk a little more about the XEU platform. Unmatched compensation plan that offers you an Infinity Direct Sales bonus, a Dual Team bonus, an Infinity Matching bonus, and a weekly loyalty award. So on the screen right now, ladies and gentlemen, you're seeing the direct sales bonus. It does not matter if you purchase a power plan today or not, guys. You can secure your position for free. You can work your way up, and as you make commissions, you can always upgrade. Obviously, people are purchasing their digital packages because they understand what happened with Bitcoin, with Ethereum, with many other coins that are on global public exchanges, so they're taking advantage of their timing. But let's just say that you secured your position for free today. On your first generation, if, let's say, you offered our products and services, you would get a 5% direct sales bonus on every purchase that came directly through you. Now, on the second generation, as soon as you hit 2,000 euros in personal sales, you open up another 3% direct sales bonus. Again, direct sales meaning you share this with me, I make a purchase, boom. You just made 5%, right? And as soon as you hit 2,000 euros in personal sales, another 3% for a combined 8%. Now, on the third generation, as soon as you hit 10,000 euros in personal sales, you open up another 2% bonus for a total of 10%, guys. That's pretty powerful. Now, the thing that has a lot of people excited is the Infinity bonus, because from your fourth generation to Infinity, as soon as you hit 250,000 euros in personal sales, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to get a 1% Infinity bonus. Again, Infinity doesn't stop at level 200, level 2000, because again, ladies and gentlemen, when we're talking about generations, we're not talking about levels. You know, you can have 10 to 25 levels per generation. So this is why people are excited, guys, because they can join our company for absolutely free, go out, get a little bit of hard work under their belt, and win massively around the world. Now, all Infinity bonuses are paid down to the next member in your team who qualifies, and you must have a Power Plan 5 package or higher to qualify for any Infinity bonus. And guys, 100% of the direct sales bonus will go into your current account. Because again, they are enhancing this pay plan because they want to put more and more money into your current account as fast as possible. So now let's talk about the dual team bonus. In this example, guys, this is based on a binary compensation module. So as an example, if you had you in the middle, and let's just say that you had Max on your left, let's say I was your power leg, right? And let's say that you had David Luna on your right. Let's say that that was the pay leg or the lesser leg. Just an example. As soon as you qualify for the dual team bonus, and it's very, very simple, the minimum requirement to earn dual team bonuses is you have to purchase a power plan yourself. It doesn't matter what power plan it is. And then you have to have one personally sponsored paid person on your left and one personally sponsored paid person on the right. As soon as you do that, you qualify for 10% on your lesser leg. So as an example, let's say that you have 10,000 euros in group sales on your left side. Let's say that's Max's side. And then you have 5,000 euros in group sales on your right side. Let's say that's David Luna's side. You would earn 10% of the 5,000 euros in group sales, the lesser leg on the right, and generate a bonus of 500 euros that week. That's pretty powerful, guys. Think about it, because many of you are building massive teams around the world. There's a lot of volume that's going to be coming in off of the digital currency packages, off the physical products and services from Xpress. And again, because you're positioning yourself before hundreds of millions of people, these bonuses are going to be massive, guys. And as soon as you hit 10 or 100,000 euros in personal sales, now you get 12% bonus on your lesser leg or your pay leg. So now let's talk about the infinity matching bonus, ladies and gentlemen. On your first generation, second generation, third, and fourth generation, you can qualify for a 5% infinity matching bonus. Now, the minimum requirement is 2,000 euros in personal sales, and you have to have 3 personally sponsored paid marketing partners on your left and 3 personally sponsored paid marketing partners on your right. So remember, guys, generations are not levels. You can have 10 to 25 levels per generation. You can have 40 levels, right? But to be able to hit a 5% infinity matching bonus, that is strong. Now, what has people totally stoked is the fact that the infinity matching bonus from your 4th generation to infinity, you can qualify for a 5% infinity bonus as soon as you hit 500,000 euros in personal sales. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, that sounds like a very large number, but because many of our products and services have no territorial restrictions, you will be hitting these benchmarks in no time at all. Now, all infinity bonuses are paid down to the next member in your team who qualifies. And if you have a lot of people that are hitting this infinity matching bonus, guys, you're doing a really good job. You're plugging your people into our system. You're educating them. You're motivating them, and you're helping them replicate around the world, guys. So remember, our job is to take the eyes off ourselves, put them on other people, help them attain success. When they attain success, money will chase you, guys. It will chase you for the rest of your life. So let's talk about some payout rules. So 60% will be paid out every single Friday that you can withdraw to your bank, debit card, or use in our shops. Now, guys, this 60%, this is for your dual team bonus and your infinity matching bonuses. Remember, on the direct sales, you get 100% of your direct sales, and that goes into your current account. That's pretty powerful. Again, our company's trying to upgrade the way we pay out because we care about our marketing partners. Now, the other 40% will be paid out every Friday so that you can buy more XE coins, from members or on open exchanges. But remember, guys, at the end of the day, when you're creating more buyers than sellers, that means that you're going to have a higher price valuation for your coin on open exchanges, which is very, very exciting for many of us. So now set your target and receive amazing awards, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, guys, our company cares about its marketing partners, and they want to reward you for your hard work. Many of you are going to qualify for a Vertigo dock, a Tag Heuer smartwatch, an electronic bike, a King Power Hublot watch, this very, very sexy BMW i8. I tell people this. Start picking out the color of your BMW, guys. Write that down every day. Because if you want to achieve something, you got to write it down. You have the ability to have greatness. Greatness is not reserved for a select few. You're able to be great in 2017 and beyond, guys. Do you want a red BMW? Do you want a black one? Do you want butterflies, polka dots? It's your BMW. You should be able to choose the color you want. And when you qualify for this bad boy right here, guys, this is a 1 million euro villa. Obviously, when you hit those benchmarks, the company will purchase a 1 million euro villa of, anywhere you want to put it, whether it's Greece, Turkey, Spain, Italy, Hawaii, Thailand. It's your villa, guys. You put it where you want it, right? And on your screen right now, ladies and gentlemen, we have our recognition plan qualifications. There's only 9 levels. It's pretty simple, right? As an example, when you hit gold, and it's very easy to hit gold, you'll be able to receive a reward of a pin and a Vertigo dock. When you hit emerald, now we're talking about a pin, a smartwatch, and an electronic bike. When you hit ruby, now we're talking about your pin and your Hublot King Power watch. Sapphires will get a pin and a 50,000 euro pension fund. Diamonds will get a pin and a BMW i8 Spider. Remember, guys, be thinking about your color of your car, right? And then obviously all you diamonds in the rough, guys, whether you're a diamond or a royal diamond, you're going to qualify as a royal diamond for your pin and your 1 million euro smart villa. Now, guys, make sure that you save a room for me so that I can come do trainings and I can Snapchat in your villa. I don't care where you put it. I don't care where my room is. Just save me a room. So now, ladies and gentlemen, on your screen, you see our main office out in Singapore. Look how beautiful Singapore is, and we hope that many of you can join us for our Asian Power event coming up this month. It's going to be in Bangkok the 25th and 26th of this month, February 2017. Make sure you make plans to meet our owners of not just the PowerOn Xpress, but also the owners of Exergonics and the CEO, which is Don Nasanka, amazing gentleman. Now, obviously, guys, what we tell people is if you want to get off to a fast start, make sure you secure your free position no matter what. Why? Because you got to get started somewhere, right? You have to have the ability to make sure that not just become the visionary that sees this before everybody else. Just like when people first saw, and I'll give you an example. Many people made a ton of money when they first saw computers, right? It was a very disruptive technology, but not a lot of people understood it. Like I told you guys, we didn't understand hypertext transfer protocol, but we sent email every day, right? When the color television, I remember my grandparents telling me when they first got the color TV, how it affected newspaper sales, right? Because it was a very disruptive technology. They remember in the 50s having a Diners Club credit card. I mean, guys, credit cards are technology from the 50s and 60s. And so what I tell people is, look, my grandparents had a Diners Club back in the 50s, right? But now everything's becoming digital. And you're seeing this trend before hundreds of millions of people, guys. You're seeing the trend just like those people that made a ton of money with computers, just like those people that made a ton of money with email, fax machines, color TVs, e-commerce. But now, guys, the biggest disruption in all of our lifetimes is upon us. And you have the ability to make sure you position yourself in front of this trend, guys. We hope that this webinar provided enough information for you to make a sound decision for you and your family and your family's family, right? Because we're going to help you create generational wealth. We call that last name money. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Max Garza III. Thank you very much for attending our webinar today. God bless, and we will see you Wednesday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. The PowerOn Express keeps moving on, and thanks to you, we have a very bright future. This webinar is now adjourned.